Alright, welcome back. It is Cubicular 13 here, and sorry for the abrupt ending on the last one. I just kind of realized that last video was getting long, and we was about to get to a really interesting part here. So I went ahead, paused it, and restarted the recording. And here is where we left off. The little village of Skalitz has been sieged.
Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the truck. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Heretic. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the
Get
gates!
ready, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah,
Get through the gates!
He's got some shiny armor to have just ransacked the whole village.
come on, Hal! You can still make it!
Run!
Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Well, alright, so we gotta run. Gotta go, because I'm pretty sure there is, in fact, Cumans behind us. Oh yeah, I'm going the wrong freaking way. Keep on running. Oh, I'm in combat apparently.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Oh shit!
Go to hell, you cut-off beast!
No. Oh yeah, I'm. Well, first death. Okay. See where it loads us back at. Probably exactly where we was. If I hadn't have made that wrong turn a minute ago, that wouldn't have happened. But see, I am right though. You can't really waste time during this section here because Henry is not strong enough to deal with these guys. He's just not.
Hicks, don't touch me, or I'll kill you. Go to hell, you Tatar beast! Ah. Help!
Sorry. I can't help her. I gotta get. Because, I mean, other people might be able to do it. Maybe it is just like a me thing. I don't know. I'm just like, every time I've tried to do that in the beginning of the game, I just get absolutely wrecked. You gotta get there without killing
Left.
the horse, though.
Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
They're still shooting at me with arrows and shit.
Flee! Flee! To Talmberg! Flee! To Talmberg!
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. I wonder if they're stopping to like murder all these peasants along the way.
Flee!
Nope, can't afford to do that. They're right on my ass, huh? Forgot how far Talmberg was from Skalitz. Here it is, here it is. Okay. Finally there. I'm safe.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Couldn't even figure out how to draw the sword a minute ago, I'm not gonna lie.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
Alright. Well, let's speak to Lord Divish and figure out what to do next. We still have Sir Radzig's sword. The one that your father made for him.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? Were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard.
So much information.
And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Doing pretty decent. I feel like we've made pretty good progress on the story so far. And again, I apologize for the abruptness to the last episode. I just realized there at the end of it that something key was about to happen that really probably needed its own episode for it and what was going to happen after.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about the
I'm hungry and I'm sleepy.
Who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Reputation lost. How did I lose
sure he had
reputation
reasons.
just now?
He had a fine reputation.
See my
milady.
dog in the background?
You're fortunate. Our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Now this game is actually
When you've
historically
done,
accurate
You can sleep in the bedchamber
for the
of
most part.
courtyard
Not
lodge.
maybe not like
Instead of
story-wise.
take off this
I'm not
filthy
sure
boots before getting into bed.
if the story itself, but the way the people live and the way the way Bohemia was ran at the time, it does it does show that very well. Now, I don't know if it was intended for me to take all this, but I'm gonna take it all because I don't know when I'll find something else to eat. I'd rather have something in my pocket for the morning than nothing at all. Alright, now it's time to go to bed.
My word. Oh, good God. I need to lie down before I split my face open from yawning.
Pretty sure if you go without sleep for so long, you'll actually just like pass out at some point. I'm gonna go the extra mile and take all those dirty clothes off before I go to bed.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
Whew.
My lady.
Sorry about that, guys. Out of
No,
nowhere, I
no,
just
not at all.
I lost it.
But
Couldn't
what
stop.
brings you here at this hour?
Couldn't control it.
I
Ooh.
thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady.
You know, I didn't even drink that wine.
Thank
That
you.
was to go with my meal.
You really shouldn't.
It does a certain amount of
You could've sent
nourishment
us
as
in.
well.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened.
I'm going to
It was
entertain it.
terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father.
I don't know
and
what's
sent me to collect
happening.
it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunish still wouldn't cough up
I
a
was
coin.
sitting on the bed there.
Father was too generous for his own
I guess
good,
now I'm on the stool.
letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
The
When I'd done all the errands, I headed
there
back
we
home.
go. That's a better camera
I
angle.
promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Yeah, I'm more worried about my mother and
Father
father.
told me to take
I think
shelter
I
in the
would be
castle
more
where we
worried
went to
about my
get money.
parents.
She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy.
This camera angle though,
May the
it is
Lord have
messed
mercy on
up.
their
I gotta
souls.
say, it is.
I ran to the castle like my
Screwy.
neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, They have me outnumbered, and they were well armed, too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me.
Man,
for
could
the
you
rest of my
imagine? Like,
It's terrible.
in a real life
How could something
situation
like that
like this,
happen?
making that decision
God alone knows why he lets such
and
things
having
happen.
to live with that?
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith.
It would be
Whatever life brings.
terrible, honestly.
Fate has not been merciful to me and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
The nightmares of the night prior.
Move in, people! Come on! Running out of time! Quickly!
I'd say that one is a bit rough.
We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us! Oh!
Wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Get dressed real quick, you know.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz, the spy on Sigismund, said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age,
Well,
you
they
need a
got
good
away.
night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and
Well,
needs to recover. I'll lock him
apparently
up
I'm a
here as if
donkey.
he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanish.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Athay now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Alright. So I'm gonna like pick a spot right here. I'm gonna stare until there's gonna be one guard that walks up and he's gonna be like, hey, you know, you can just lean up against that wall and go to sleep here. Maybe.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Leaned up against the wall. Did I not wait long enough? There we go.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, the Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that the Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Man, the cinematic scenes in this game. They got out of it.
Get on with you, Robard.
They got to live another day. So Robard, he's going to be one of the other trainers that we go to and have him teach us the weapon arts.
God be with you.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor
pretty
our
tough
rules of
opponents.
warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And
They've
believe
got-
me, it's always about power and money.
Alright, so I'm gonna end dialogue. But the Kumans, they do have some like the best armor and like best tier weapons in the game. Well, not completely the best, but like better weapons and armor in the game. Alright, so what is... Is there a horse in this bit of... Oh, so it's just got like a, there's a wall there, like an invisible wall. You can't go in between the holes. I can't see a horse from here. There's gonna be someone on my ass when I leave. The last time I done it, I just jumped off here.
Fuck, that fool from Skalitz has gone and jumped in the moat! Raise the alarm! He's trying to escape! You men down there! There's a prisoner escaping! Catch him! There, below the battlements!
Fuck. This guy's right on my ass. He is. He's gonna keep on chasing me. I didn't have no issues like this last time. Did he stop? I think he stopped. We lost it. Okay, bet. It's fine, I didn't get a horse. I just had a dude on my ass. I didn't even have time to really look for one. I wonder if things turn out differently if you do get a horse, because I've never done it by getting a horse. That's terrible. Alright, well, with this being the point I'm going to close it off at, we'll have to catch back in the next episode. Anybody that stayed this long, please drop a like, subscribe, send out some shares. We'll get it going. Thank you guys.